Hello and welcome. I'm the Restless Kaiser.
I'm James Workshop.
But together we are Modelling for Advantage. So, Dystopian Wars, War Cradle Studios, Battle for Singapore 2-player introductory set.
That's all the words.
They sent me a copy for review purposes. I didn't pay for this.
Thank you.
You could get one for £95 retail. Obviously less than that through a third party. So do you want to open it up then, James? Yeah. And this is the... So they have their Dystopian Wars game, which is the sort of steampunk warships game.
Okay.
Alternative history type stuff, which was quite interesting. But when I looked at it in the early days, there seemed to be quite a lot of resin. Taking their setting, this is their like epic scale version of the game. Oh, I do like a box with a sleeve cover.
Oh yes, look at that. Professional box inside.
Oh, then look at that. This is an introductory set. You want to show them the back because there's loads of minis in here.
Tons.
What we propose to do is we're going to open it up, we're going to show you the pieces, tell us a little bit about what you think. So this, I think, is going to be like 10 mil or something.
Over 300 parts.
Parts? Not models, but parts.
Parts.
It's a beautiful presentation box. I'm surprised by that. It's really nice. Yeah. This is quite a big departure for them. On the top then, the Armoured Clash, that's what they're calling this game. There are many, many, many factions. The two factions in here are the Empire and the Crown.
Oh.
So the Crown is the Britishers. They also got pith helmets and so forth.
They certainly do.
British spunk, obviously.
And laser rifles.
And the Imperials, as in Imperial Chinese. So they're a bit more colourful.
Yeah, definitely.
So paper that we get in here. We get Battle for Singapore Introductory Campaign. Have a look at that in a minute. Quick start rules. We get
sets.
Two sets.
Spoiling us.
Look at that. This is very nicely presented.
It really is.
Very simple. All right. Components.
Wow.
Component A, proprietary dice. We've got chevrons, blanks, and
Crosses.
crosses. There we go. Some more like resin parts here. Ooh, this is nice. Do you want to?
I will.
This is a note.
This map highlights the global political state of April 1874.
1874, sir.
All details added of locations considered to be of some importance to the Crown.
Some importance to the Crown.
Wow.
So this is the Empire of the Dystopian Wars, circa 1874.
I don't even care what the rest is. I just want this. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Side one. Big old map. But you can't even see that, I'm sure.
They can see that. Look at that. That is a nice map. And then on the other side,
Big old picture.
big picture of a war machine of some type.
Very fun.
Very nice indeed.
Yeah, framed.
And that is very much in the style of those Victorian atlases.
Definitely.
The world is not pink and the British Empire, is it? Britain is in grey. I think there's a key down here.
Young man, that's a hate crime. I'm colourblind.
That is a colour. So the Crown colonies do not extend to them. You've got South Africa, India, and Australia.
Fun. Yeah, no idea.
There you go.
I don't know my history or my colours, so let's not worry about that.
That is a lovely
It's
little
gorgeous.
edition.
I don't fold it wrong.
And then there's the list of the factions. So see if I know who they are. So the Empire is Imperial China.
Yes.
Crown is the Britishers.
Yes.
The Alliance there, that's a fleur-de-lis, so they're the dirty French.
Right.
The Commonwealth, but that's got a bear on it. Is that a Russian Commonwealth?
It's also the...
It's got onion domes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know who these
The
enlightened
Enlightened
are.
Holy Roman Empire?
Oh, maybe. But the Imperium has got a Balkan cross. That's Germany. That's Turkey. The Union is this America.
Maybe.
So who's this?
No
Enlightened.
idea.
Is that India?
Magic.
Look at that. Who are the Enlightened?
We'll be with you in a minute.
P.
We might not be with you in a minute. Well, there's a representative from each of the factions across the bottom of one of the pages as well. One of them's got laser rifles and the mask like they're at a Mass Effect. So I'm guessing that's the Enlightened.
Maybe.
Like
although on this map
people.
there isn't Enlightened on the map, but there... Oh no, Enlightened Promethean complexes are yellow. Where are they?
Maybe they're in space.
They must be part of the story. So maybe the Enlightened are like aliens that came and gave them the technology to make their steam weapons have lasers.
I think I've chosen my faction.
What's that? Enlightened. The Enlightened. Okay, lovely little map, lovely little glimpse into the history. Now, interestingly, have you ever seen sprues shrink wrapped, James?
No. They're not really just loose in the box.
There's a lot of sprue here. We're going to leave that to the side for a minute, so we'll just finish with the rest of the components. As we draw close to the end.
Game markers.
Game markers.
Also game markers. Also game markers. Also game markers.
Also, it's the same sheet 4 times, which is good because it means you have enough. Because again, of these factions, I'm not sure whether they are the same thing.
Idea.
No. But they've got numbers on one side.
They look
and
representative.
pictures on the back.
Move, and I'm injured and that kind of thing. So
good quality card stock. It's that usual kind of 2-3mm grey board, which is good and punched, so they came out quite easily. Didn't tear the lacquer off. So that's that. Last thing, we had some little baggies. Now I think they've made their plastic sprues, but there are some little resin components, and I think these are going to be officers.
These are the bonus models, yeah. So one of them should be the Crown Commander upgrade, and the other one should be the Empire Commander upgrade. You've got the Empire one there.
I have got the Empire one there.
Because I think the Crown one has a dude on a rad tricycle.
I mean, this looks like some sort of Chinese general, but this looks like a jade golem or something.
That is one of the units.
Is it?
Yeah, terracotta automata.
There you go.
There was a jade something somewhere, but yeah.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Very stylish.
For resin. Also quite impressive.
Yeah.
Because they're very small.
I mean, we get a bit of a downer on resin because we've often handled like a 28mm tank in resin, and it took us half an hour to file some of the casting errors off it or whatever, and we breathe a lot of the stuff in while we're doing it. But when resin is done well, it's good. That single piece of resin kits, they're nice.
They're lovely. That guy looks like he's at a Mad Max. I love it. He's
oh wow!
He's got a rad trike. He's slightly overweight.
He's on a trike,
and he's got like the whole regalia thing going on.
Yes, these are very nice miniatures.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We in the plastics,
and that's good because I think with the plastics you're going to get a lot of sameness. I think. Should we have a quick skim through the? You've seen the quick start rolls. I think.
I just hope that at some point the factions get explained.
That's probably in this campaign book, which is a little bit more detailed. Oh,
that's a specific battles campaign book, though, isn't it? So that's these 2 factions.
That is for these 2 factions. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Showing you that these Chinese tanks are in jade green with red accents. Very nice. Yeah, and this is just like you said, campaign book. Rules, are they? I mean, as I said, the layout is pretty simple.
Yeah.
There's obviously a comprehensive rules pack somewhere. I don't know whether it's available as a download or something. But like all good 2-player starter sets, though, you've got multiple sets of the tokens, you've got multiple sets of dice, you've got 2 copies of those quick start rules, and 2 different factions. So let's have a look at the models.
Checking the dice.
You're gonna roll them.
Check the dice.
You're gonna roll them. They roll
seem good. They're not too light.
You've got lots of sergeants there.
Yeah. They don't feel super light because we've had some dice in other starter sets that are definitely light,
yes,
lumpy. These are resin, I'm guessing.
Are they?
They don't feel very plastic.
They're very square cornered.
Yeah.
The material does seem a bit unusual. Maybe they're supposed to be ivory. Because shooting elephants and stuff is probably still okay in this genre.
Right.
Right.
I'm with you.
I don't know whether these are 2 identical sets.
This one's got the markers on it with templates and things as well. That might be the bonus. Or
base sprues, building sprues, base sprues, building sprues. We'll do it like that. I've got to say, We do like the look of this stuff.
I've gone from 0 to 60 quite quickly.
James is like, I haven't got time to make another army for another
It
game.
seems silly. But look at them.
So first thing to say is a bit like, I can't remember where I first came across this. Was it old War Games Workshop or something like that? But the sprues stack. They've got these divots and pins, so the sprues stack. Now it seems like a small thing, and it is a small thing, but when sprues are designed to stack like that, it stops the sprue dragging across the surface and damaging the models. It's actually...
And the paperwork and all sorts,
and everything else. It doesn't stop there being anything sticking out, but it's especially when you're getting things in and out of boxes, it's the dragging that really damages sprues and things. Back to saying, like, you get 2 of everything. 2 sets of...
Yeah.
I mean, these look like rulers, and they look like they clip in.
We'll find out.
This is a...
Oh, they definitely
It's
do.
an articulated ruler,
It definitely is.
which goes up to 30 inches.
What an unusual amount. It kind of reminds me of old school fold out rulers as well when you...
Yes.
4 tape measures.
But the way that these clip... I feel that we should get some clippers and build one, James, so we can show them
All right.
in a minute. Like a couple of pros, we assembled the ruler. What do you reckon, James?
It's pretty good.
It's articulated. So it's made in these 4 bits, and it clips together. Compared to just giving you like a whippy stick or a plastic or a bit of cardboard.
Should be a whippy stick.
It should be a whippy stick. Okay.
No, this is great.
But yeah, I think I'm glad that they've included it. Look, and you can play with it a little bit. We've been playing with it for a bit, and that was cool. It was rad. So that's that. You get 2 sets of those. So that's because I haven't cut the ruler out.
You can make a 40-inch ruler. Anyway.
You can make a long ruler. You get some scenery, couple of these bigger sheets,
Ooh.
and a couple of these smaller sheets.
Thank you.
Take hold of that. So there's these square pieces, and there's some very heavy keying in here. So it's going to go together really nicely.
But they are double-sided for extra variation on the outside of the building, though. There's quite a lot of different options, and each one of them can be on either side.
Yes.
So it's not like there's a simple side and another side, or a British side and a Chinese side by the looks of it. They're just quite varied in...
and these are
appearance.
around the outside. That's really efficient use of the sprue.
Definitely.
So these like the corner piece is on the buildings in here.
Very clever.
And a bit like some of the Mantic scenery, that is kind of all in cubes. So I think the scenery is really, really nice looking. Now, there's...
made in the UK as well. So I sort of associate this like clever stuff with the made in China stuff most of the time.
Oh, really?
This is made in the UK as well. Yeah, that's fun.
Made in the UK.
These didn't travel as far.
And then there's this larger one. But these are they look to be the same height, these pieces, so they're just going to let you make oblong or bigger squares that you can put on, and then you've got more decorative vents and things.
I think this one is double height, and then this one isn't, which is interesting, because you see where this is the top and the bottom, and then this is the top and the bottom. So that's meant to go that way up.
Right.
This one's meant to go this way up, and that one's meant to go this way up. If you look at the building on the instructions, there is
so it's going to let you make that L shape,
double height.
which is taller on one side than on the other.
yes, it's the other shaped Tetris piece.
Yeah, it's the L shape rather than square. But they're modular. You can make several different shapes and sizes with more of these.
Or a big one.
Or a big one. Yes, a couple of big ones. So that's really nice to see. Then on to the miniatures.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Look at them.
This is the best part in the box.
It is. Textured bases.
So the bases, like Flames of War, one of the things I love about Flames of War is Flames of War has its proprietary basing system with the holes in. And like on Flames of War, they're not exactly regular.
Yeah.
They're slightly irregular, but these are textured bases.
Yeah, look at that.
Which is so good on this scale, because this is like an epic scale game. Any kind of grit or gravel that you use is going to be quite big compared to the guy's feet and hands.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's just a really nice feature to include that. Similarly, textured base plugs. If for whatever reason you're not using all the holes, you're filling them. And as I say, the holes, it's not a perfect square.
And a
They're
little
just
flag on each one for some reason, which I'm sure the rules would.
And the
make
little
relevant.
flag will be for potentially there's command bases
Right.
in these figures.
Okay, cool.
So shall we have a look at the Britishers first? So we've got two different sprue types. Oh no, we want to look at the same sprue.
Yes. I also want this one. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to look at the same sprue at the same time.
Very British.
Very
pith helmet. Very,
Britishers.
very big
We've got
gun.
Chaps with moustaches, and pith helmets, doing jolly noble things for the glory of the crown.
Are there some little dudes with jetpacks? Is that what that is? Because I can see some flying little dudes and then some little jetpacks that look kind of like a Spitfire.
There was something about Spitfire troops.
This is very themed.
Very
And I'm
themed.
very liking that.
So this looks like artillery type tanks. All the guns are huge. A couple of flags. Look, am I right in thinking no two figures on this sprue are the same? Similar but not the same.
I suspect you're right. I couldn't confirm or deny these accusations.
And if you at the back of the box, which have the unit types on, see if we can identify them.
Oh gosh. Okay. Rifle platoon. I think we got that one. So there's no artillery tank. There's big artillery, like larger artillery and then smaller artillery.
Right.
Which will be...
What's D? That's what I was assuming was some sort of artillery tractor. D. So this is an APC. Yeah. So I was assuming this was like an artillery tractor, the one on this sprue, but that's actually an APC, which just looks like a big tractor.
A Sterling troop carrier.
Sterling champ!
Which can also be built as the Glamis mobile gun. So it might actually be a multi-shooting thing.
Multi-option thing. Now, there are no build instructions in this box. There might be an example one. There is a QR code in the starter guide. We just looked at providing instructions, and they were very comprehensive instructions.
Lovely instructions, frankly. Including a set which is just... You don't have to go through every single different unit. There is a... I bought the starter set. Can
you look for this box.
For that, please?
And we look through them all on your phone in about 2 minutes.
Yep.
And they were very easy to follow. Most of these models were in a couple of parts. I mean, the infantry, you just pulled them out. So there was something about Spitfire on here I'd seen somewhere.
Spitfire Rocketeers.
Spitfire Rocketeers, so they are rocket men.
There are little rocket men, and I love them.
Right.
They're my friends.
It looks like they may be little rocket men.
There's some little cavalry and some little mech suits. They've just sort of done everything.
Absolutely.
They've got some flying ones, some gun ones.
And then the second one, this has got these tanks on, and they very much look like the land ships of the First World War. They're not quite as lozenge, they're a bit more round, but they've got a ram. Look at that. They've got a ram plough at the front there. These look like your engineers and your artillery crew. And the cavalry. That looks like cybernetic cavalry.
Also, it definitely is, yes.
So
100%.
cybernetic.
Horse, Black Watch Heavy Dragoons.
Dragoons.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. So this is proper Victoriana steampunk stuff, isn't it? With the science fiction. Yes. The horses are in two halves, which is good because it means the sculpts are clean.
Definitely.
When they, sometimes the more fidelity they try and put on both of the sides, I found with injection molded plastic. So the horses are in two halves, straight down the middle of the body, smooth, and it's pinned as well.
There's a bunch of little tank commanders. They're so cute.
So you can ride Commander up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Are the legs built into the... Oh, they might be the cavalrymen, actually, because the legs are built into the horse, obviously, because you'd have to...
Oh, the rider.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then all those guys...
So those guys' bodies just...
I hope the genuine excitement we have for these bruises coming across on camera. This is really fun.
They are cute. And of course, only one of us could play the British Empire, sir.
There you go.
You're going to have to be some sort of bedeviled heathen.
Yeah, of course I will. But I'm the one who gets dogs.
You're the one who gets dogs.
I'm the winner.
You're the winner here. So the second army that's
Empire.
in here is the Empire. So this is...
I get jet bikes.
You get Imperial Chinese.
I got jet bikes.
So which one are you looking at? So this has got one of these tanks that's just like a big wheel.
Very fun.
Yeah.
I get the Doom wheels.
You get the Doom with the Skaven Doom wheel. You got some sort of jet bikes. I want this like, is that a lion?
Yeah.
Like you find in every Chinese restaurant ever.
Yeah, that's the one.
That lion.
Tongshi Lion Automata, which can also be Rushi Lion Automata.
It's Lion Automata.
Lion Automata.
Coming at you, bro.
I doubt they're just going to sit there like they do out that front of that Chinese.
Yes.
Right. That's amazing. I love the jet bikes. What are the jet bikes? So you get flying dudes and I get flying dudes. It does look like a relatively even set. I think you've got a little more tanky artillery, but then I've got light tanks, which are artillery, and then big artillery as well.
I think you're mistaking these APCs for tanks.
You've got light artillery.
Yeah.
And then this, and then you've got heavy tanks.
artillery.
But I don't really have... I guess the wheels are heavy tanks, but they're like half the size. So I'm guessing they're not as powerful. They're very tall.
All will be revealed. But you've got Automata.
Yeah, definitely. That's fun.
Automata.
You've got mech suits instead. You got...
I've got some sort of mech walkers, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Black Watch Heavy Dragoons. So I was looking at the Horse Guard Cavalry. Okay.
Right, so the Cavalry Horse Guards, which makes more sense.
Yes.
Because the Black Watch are Scots infantry.
Yeah. Who get mech suits.
They get mech suits, but they're called Heavy Dragoons.
But they're called Heavy Dragoons.
Okay.
Anyway.
Which are also, Dragoons also being cavalry.
Back to the Empire.
Back to the Empire. And what's this flying thing here?
Oh, gosh. I've simply no idea. There's a few of them as well. Maybe it's a backpack for someone. Maybe I get some weird little flying dudes as well. S. I'm not going to try and... Bunalabang? That doesn't even sound Chinese. Winged infantry. So I also have some flying dudes.
You have some winged
and
infantry.
some jet bikes, but you get horses, not jet bikes.
But yours probably have paper wings if they're Chinese. But very nice colours. Disappointing lack of dragons on this brew.
Oh, they'll work it out.
There's got to be a dragon on here somewhere. But obviously, we're not about to spend the next 3 hours building these before we put out this video. These are cute as.
They're very cute.
They're very cute. When you see all of them, I mean, just seeing the amount of base, this is half of the bases here. You've got another pile of them over there.
Not all of these go on bases.
Yeah, and some of the stuff is not some of the tanks and things. As starter sets go, this looks pretty good. These sprues are really nice.
And dense.
I would say that the models on the whole, if you've played the new Epic, these are bigger and a bit chunkier than the new Epic, probably making them a lot easier to paint. Yeah, they're definitely slightly bigger.
They do look like they're going to take paint very well as well.
They've got a decent amount of fidelity on them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There are plastic armies for the other factions. I mean, I'm tempted to get the Kaiser's factions, the Imperials.
Oh, okay.
But that would have somebody else playing Britishers, and I don't quite like that.
That is a shame.
That doesn't feel right.
No. I need to find out who the Combined are, or whatever that was called.
Whatever. They sounded like the top bros.
The aliens, please. Well, whichever army I paint least of.
So, for £95, they're not giving you... What you're not getting is like the rule book and the paper and so forth. Even the unit cards. All of that is free online.
Yeah.
And as we said, you just look up the box that you've got, and it had it in there. I don't know whether they sell those things separate, because other things like unit cards, you possibly want them on the table.
I do like unit cards. Big fan. I'm at the point now where I'm not buying army books, and I am buying unit cards.
You are buying unit cards, right?
So,
yes.
I do love a unit card.
Because you know the army, but you don't remember all the numbers to me.
The army's going to change. The unit cards I can edit with a Tipex.
So they're obviously they're saving a little bit of money on box contents by not having an expensive rule book and things in there printed. And they're putting that money into the plastic that you get. I mean,
and the map.
So the paper that you do get is nice. It's
lovely.
It's quick start, guys. There's a beautiful little map inviting you to their setting.
I look forward to seeing this on the wall for the first game.
Putting it on the wall for the first game, which we're never going to do. Now, like everything else on the channel, when we open a new box or something we've never played before and we get excited about it, it's going to be a lifetime before you see a game on the channel. Because there's a mountain of unpainted plastic in this room.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether to take these and just spray it red.
Yeah.
And you can spray yours jade.
Pieces. Yeah.
And we just give it a go.
It might be worth doing
I have watched a video of somebody playing it, And the game looked all right as well.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, you got
That's a bonus.
I've not done a deep dive into it.
Right.
Miniatures though. These Britishers, by the way, if you want to play other games, counts as. These definitely could be any kind of space Britishers, such as
what game?
well, not for generic science fiction rules.
Okay.
You know, they're gonna look like guys with pith helmets firing lasers. I'm really excited about it. I genuinely, these look nice.
I wish you'd become more enlightened.
These look really nice. We'll roll some dice with some sort of unpainted figures and see how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Look, if you're interested in the game, I think the components are really good quality. The starter set seems really good value. I love the fact that there's enough for both of you of all of the markers, tokens, 2 separate armies. I kind of wish it would have been Germans versus British, but that set gets made in a lot of other games.
It does. Germans versus Americans is your standard, isn't it?
And I think your Imperial Chinese, I think it's just something really different. Nice.
Can I give one negative?
One negative?
Yeah.
Go on in.
I don't know what else I'd use this for.
Yeah, the Imperial
That's more
Chinese.
difficult. Yeah, I think the British, I think you're right. I think you can get away with using them for a lot of different things of a similar scale, but I don't know what I would ever use these again for. So I'm hoping it's a great game.
All right. Hope that was useful to you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. If you're still here and you're looking for ways to support the channel, there's obviously a lot of ways down in the description, but a key way is to use our affiliate links to Whaling Games and others. You buy your models from them, it doesn't cost you a penny more, and we earn a little bit of commission. Thank you. You know, they're going to look like guys with pith helmets firing lasers. It's not piss helmets, that's a different thing.
If you see a police officer and you're a pregnant woman, you can get a piss helmet. Anyway.
I think I'm gonna have to cut that out. Pregnant women? What?
Do you remember that's been a rumor for years? If you're a police officer and you are a pregnant woman, you can ask the police officer for their helmet and you can urinate into it. It's an old wives' tale. You've never heard that before in your life?
No.
There's some Googling ahead.
There's some Googling. Okay. I don't want to see pictures, James.
No scene. Now we got away from our assignment.
We got away from our thing. Yeah, I just didn't know where you were going or where it had come from, and I got really nervous about it.